I told you Miguel's a wild card. If you don't get him right then and there, we were supposed to have him initially right there. Okay, you're here. Start the Zoom. Get it started right now. And now we do.
Yeah, but that's part of the challenge, right? Since I'm hosting it, I gotta log in, set it up, send the invite. Now you can send an invite in 2 seconds, as long as you log in.
But when you're dealing with Miguel, he's a wild card. So
right,
since
and
he's
it's
a
not like
wild
we're gonna
card,
catch him like on Friday when he's smoking bud in front of Denton's house.
But he smokes weed every day.
But not with everybody.
Day. No, not with everybody. He's probably high right now, sleeping on his sofa. Because we woke up pretty early. I've been up since 7. He said he was up and ready at 9 o'clock. So he was looking forward to it. He misses the base life. He misses the army life. He told me, he was telling me today that he misses it. And that it's a part of him, and he basically looks at it like that was a big part of his life and now is in the past. It's almost like, I compare it to like when I graduated, I remember getting my diploma or my degree, and I was sitting outside of the administration building with my man Elvin, and we looked at each other and we was like, what the hell are we gonna do now? Because it's so much of part of your life that you're looking at it like, I thought this was the only thing I'm gonna do. This is a reality check. Now I finish and I'm not going back. So now I gotta do something else. So that's the way he's looking at it.
I was actually watching part of a movie last night with Natalie Portman called Lucy in the Sky. And she plays an astronaut who they show her in the beginning up in space, doing a spacewalk, but looking at the Earth, like staring at it. And they're like, yo, we gotta go. She's like, just a few more minutes. And then when she gets back to Earth, everything just seems so small and insignificant.
Huh.
Her husband is this regular, smiley, nice guy that eventually she starts fucking with one of the other astronauts because she can't relate to just regular society anymore. She wants to get right back up in the air. And it's like, they put you on a regimen and she's getting up there in age. So it's like, she has to work doubly hard to get back up in space. And she misses it so much that, she's starting to lose touch with reality. So he could be having that same thing that, he had that life for 20 years and now.
She didn't lose touch with reality.
You saw it?
No, that became her reality. That was her reality.
What?
If you think about it, her going up into space, now that's her world now. Now she's used to that
world. It's
not
like she went up every week or
no,
twice
but still,
a year.
that's what she wants. So since that's what she wants, that's what she has to look for.
What the hell?
I'm doing Zoom with Kevin.
Zoom?
Yeah. Well, we waiting for Miguel, and
you look special, Ed. I'm gonna take a picture.
I know this is the only way I could do it.
I'm gonna take a picture of you.
That's a tactic.
Yeah, right.
I'll take a picture. So good. Tell her you working out the kinks for the Zoom party tomorrow or whatever.
She could hear you, so.
That's good. Hello, Regina.
What's up? I can't. He has like a little mountain going on right here. So I can't really put my head in the way.
Fortress of Solitude.
So I wave high.
All right, hi.
Yeah.
But so I couldn't watch the whole movie because then I started having an affair and shit. And it's like,
She had an affair. Was she married?
Yeah.
To another astronaut?
She was married to a marketer who worked at NASA too. But he was just so
that's
plain.
Not the same as being an astronaut.
Changing the wallpaper, painting the house. What do you think about that? And, she's like, I seen that.
She's looking at it like, what are you talking about? I've been in space. This is nothing.
But, she kind of knows that. She has to make those adjustments or at least have that conversation with him to say, well, she shouldn't have married a civilian. Because they said they were married 6 years. I remember when she started being in NASA and when she got married. I think she probably met him while she was there. I didn't think they had a kid, so I think she thought it was all right. And like I said, I didn't watch the end of it, so I don't know how it turned out.
It sounds like she just had a new experience and she doesn't want to go back.
Yeah, but then the other astronaut after a while is like, yo.
It's just like
showing up in the office, hiding in his truck. He's like, whoa.
It's just like some new buns. You look at it like,
Yeah.
damn, I never had
And
that
now she's
before.
latching
So,
on and shit like a normal,
of course. Yeah.
same type of situation.
And not for nothing, when you go into that work world, that shit is, it makes you see things in a different light. Like if that world is the only thing that exists. So you get so like in tuned with people that work there, you almost develop a new personality. It's almost phony. It's fake. It's bullshit. It's a facade. It's a make-believe world where you make money in order to live your real life. But during that time, some people get wrapped up in that world and they become some different person that if you was to see them out in the street, outside of the workplace, they act totally different. It's not who they portray themselves to be. And that's hard to stay who you are in every situation where you're at. That shit ain't easy. That's why Miguel fits the bill because Miguel is the same everywhere. If Miguel had $3 million or $3, he is exactly the same. He's no different. And I was talking to him about that today because he
That's a
likes Seinfeld
challenge
a
to
lot.
say if he had $3 or nothing or a lack of resources when he's become so accustomed to having resources to really go backward. It's the flip of that conversation before you said, Kevin, you have $5 million in the bank. It's almost like the flip. They both seem like extremes now. You know what I mean?
It is an extreme, but I guess the point I was trying to make was he's the same. Whether he's rich or poor, he's the same. It's kind of weird. It's weird with Miguel. He is definitely, I don't want to call him a strange individual, but he is he's
definitely different.
he is
I don't know
different
if
to
he's
the
a
mass.
character
Yes, he's
in the
different to
sense
the
of a
mass.
Rocky character.
No, but he has so many experiences in the world, and sometimes when you talk to him, you could tell he doesn't want to be here. Why would you want to be here when he's seen so much better out there? So I think that's where he's stuck.
But is he saying he can't achieve better? Or he has
Not
to leave so much behind? That's
he
the
don't want
challenge.
he don't want to achieve nothing right now because he's retired. He doesn't have to do nothing but
No,
sit
but I
back
mean, you're
and
saying
collect his money.
he's seen so much. He doesn't want to be here. What does that mean?
He was talking about the country and how it's going to decline. He said, there's no way in the world we're not going into a Great Depression. He basically said that that stimulus package was already signed way before COVID because the country's going downhill. I wish he was here so he could explain it, but I don't know what's up with him. I'm trying to just say what he was telling me.
Yeah.
He said, Andy, this bill been signed since way before COVID. And I'm like, what are you talking about? They just signed that bill. No, they didn't. I could prove to you. And I'm like, shit, fucking guy. So
That's where I would want proof.
of course you want proof, but I don't know, man.
And even if he had proof, to say the country's going in decline, what does that mean? Is it
He
going
basically
into third
said
world
that,
status?
yeah, that we're running out of resources.
Well, we're not
Look, he
running out of
said,
resources. The gap is getting bigger. Like,
I-
there was a LinkedIn article talking about education saying it's going to stay in that kind of remote Zoom world. And I'm saying, wow, that would divide things even more. Because imagine you go to college for 4 years and it's just that you worked on a computer like you were University
you
of
got
Phoenix.
you got no personal experiences with
Yeah.
people, no interactions, no nothing.
It's like, yeah, it's nothing. It doesn't divide. They said that certain colleges, the elite colleges will still exist for the elite people. And then everybody else will be herded around. This is class right now. Open your books. Go to the computer, send it in. Nah, you need to go somewhere. Go to the library. Have groups, meetings.
Yeah, but
talk.
that reminds me of Ex Machina. I just saw that movie. Did you see that movie, Ex Machina?
Yeah.
Yo, I liked it a lot, man. I liked
That
it
was
a
the
lot.
first time you saw it?
That was the first time I saw it, yeah. And the only reason why is because it came up and I already caught the beginning. And I was trying to figure out who was the main character, the guy who created all the robots. And then when I looked him up, it's the guy from Star Wars. I didn't really like him too much in Star Wars, but he was all right in Ex
You
Machina.
mean the
He was
actor?
all right. Yeah, the actor, yes.
Okay.
But that whole concept with what he did, that was dope. That was dope. And he used the guy. The guy figured out, you know, you didn't pick me because I'm a good coder. You picked me because I'm kind of a herb. Like I'm single, no girlfriend. I'm always on the internet watching, you know what, like, Pornhub and shit.
I feel like that's a recurring theme. Um, Matrix using us as battery, Blade Runner, creating replicants. Anybody trying to create a robot for slave labor but achieve AI, they're always going to eventually achieve a consciousness of, like, why do I have to be a slave? Why do we just keep trying to produce slaves, even in robots?
I
And
just
they
think they're
always
trying to.
turn and they leave.
I think they're trying to outdo themselves. That's what it is.
What do you mean?
Meaning that some people feel like it can't be done, so they'll do it to prove people that it can be done.
Right,
Did
but
you
then
see the
that'll be the
robot
mistake
that?
when they get consciousness and they're going to be superior to us in intellect. They'll figure
Yeah,
certain shit out.
that's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be crazy. Did you see the Boston Robotics team that they put out that robot that it could basically maneuver through the forest and like a bunch of different terrains? They're gonna use them as soldiers. I saw the video. I'll send it to you.
There
So,
was also one with these robotic dogs.
oh, but that was on Black Mirror.
That
They
shit is
used them.
real now. No, they did a news story. Like,
I know. What, a new Black Mirror?
no, a news story of somebody created robotic dogs. They're controlled by people, but they can go to the park and point and be like, you're doing something wrong.
Really?
And they
Like
look like
threats?
those fucking dogs from Black
Really?
Mirror. That shit is crazy.
Well, that was that team, Boston Robotics. I think they're the ones that did those dogs initially.
Yeah.
But if we get to that point, I don't think people aren't going to be able to afford that. So that's just going to be way far fetched from us. That's not going to
That's
be
how they're
afford.
going to use us to hurt us.
Robots are not like, remember the Segway, like the mall cop Segway.
Yeah.
That's only for rich people. Poor people don't have that shit. You don't see them using that shit on the street. So it's going to be the same thing with these robots.
But I got that poor version, the ones that explode.
Oh, you see which ones go out to the hood, right?
There's no handle, right?
No handle. It's the cheaper version, $500 instead of $5,000.
And then that becomes almost like a fad because you hardly see them anymore. You see a few people with them, still interested in them, but when they first come out, people are like, wow, oh shit, I want to get that. Now it's
Well,
collecting
it's a
dust
fad.
already.
Yeah, it's a phase, it's a fad, it's all that put together.
Yeah.
I forgot I was talking to my man and he was talking about all the current events and all that. And he's like, Dre, why you don't watch the news? Because I don't wanna sit there and stress myself out with all the bullshit that's going on. If it's really that important, you're gonna find out regardless. Whether it's from your family or you hear it from your coworkers. If it's really that important, you're gonna find out.
So
So
you don't
I'm
know
not
what's
gonna
going on in Minneapolis?
right now. The only reason why I know because of the dudes from the job, not from me watching TV, because I refuse to watch the news. I haven't watched the news, no lie, in about maybe I would say like 6 years.
And you don't pick up a newspaper.
Nope, nothing, nothing. I can't do it to myself because there's nothing good on the news, at all, at all, at all.
Well, I mean, sometimes that's the problem with the media. They got to put out there the car crash because that's what people do when they're driving by, right? They look.
Not only the car crash, they want to be the ones to report it, be the first to report the car crash. So half the time when they come out with all this stuff, it's all bad information.
There was a movie like that called Nightcrawler.
Oh, that's a good movie. I didn't get a chance to finish watching it, but Jake Gyllenhaal did good, man. He did good.
That shit was crazy.
It was. I started watching it and then I changed it and I didn't get back to it, but I'm gonna finish watching that.
And then
He
I
did
just
well.
finished watching a series called The OA. I was telling you.
No, I don't.
It's on Netflix.
know that song.
It's about it's telling one story of how the girl comes about, but it's talking about how there's other dimensions similar to what we live now that just may be on a different path. And there was a scientist experiment on people who had near-death experiences so they can harness that and use them to transform or transport to a different dimension. And eventually they do. And I just find it interesting just in the sense, my father died when I was 7. So I just always wondered what life would be different or how it
If
would
he
have
was
turned
alive.
out if I could go to another dimension and see that life play out or how it played out. So that's why I find shows like that interesting. She also had
What
done a movie a few years ago called Another Earth.
Nah, I didn't see that.
Yeah, like the existence of another. You see the moon, and then you see this other Earth, and it became this question of they were going to send these lottery winners, I think 7 people, to go over and meet their other.
Oh, like that. They're twins, supposedly.
So it's not really a twin. It's
Yeah,
almost like the same concept of another dimension, but it's just another Earth.
yeah.
She was looking up at the other Earth and had a vehicular manslaughter. She killed this family. When she got out of jail, she went to go try to talk to the husband, apologize, whatever, and eventually start cleaning his house and just being around him because he's just suffering. And eventually she wins the lottery to go based on her letter, and she gives it to him. So he goes, you see it on TV.
And he sees
When
his
she's going
family.
back home that day, her other, like again, she's a house cleaner. Her other comes over and sees her. And they end the movie that way. So they don't have a conversation. But you could tell, she's more elitist, nice clothes, probably a better job, what have you. And
In
she
the other
about
world.
her other.
In the other
Like
world.
it's fascinating just to think of what they would have said. I would have liked the movie to explore that, but just that whole idea, just something different.
Like you're
Imagine a
famous.
world where the world was reversed and the white people were the poor people. We brought them over on Plymouth Rock.
There are some poor white people out there, bro. Don't get it twisted.
Huh?
There are some poor white people out there. Don't get it
Yeah, but I
twisted.
mean, if the whole concept was the white people, the ones we look down at as, oh my God, you're so white and pale, and we brought them over as slave labor. They were the minority. Imagine that shit.
They'll be the minority in like 20, 30 years, I think, or 50
But
years
now
from
with the
now.
stigma of that, they had to be emancipated and free, and this, that, and the other, they still look down on people.
Nah,
But the
that
people
won't
that are
happen.
killing in all the cop videos, the person that's dying is a white person because the black person got their knee on them, and the white people are outraged.
Yeah. Nah, that'll never
I
happen.
think that's the movie that needs to happen. It's really scare people.
Jordan Peele do that movie.
Huh?
Jordan Peele, he'll do that movie. You know who that is?
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll be good to do that movie. That's what he does. You
So I
should
should
pitch
reach
it
out
to
to him and start giving him my idea. I'm gonna map this out.
You should.
It's like a reverse. The oddity would be, the first white president was in 2016.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You should pitch that to him.
Oh, it just came to me now.
There you go, bro. Serious, man. That's a good idea. Yo, where is this dude at, man? Hold on, Cat.
6:30. And that's the other thing you gotta understand, right? When we're on, that's the time.
The time's out after 45 minutes, 40 minutes.
After 40 minutes, it times out?
Kicks you right out.
If there's more than 3 people.
Yeah. Oh, Kevin said more than 3 people.
If
So
3 or more people, it would have timed out after 40 minutes.
All right, hold on.
Unless you upgrade. Letting us down, Miguel.